think it's all over. With David and Rory is one of the country's top sporting broadcasters who was on the open-top bus with the winning England rugby team, which of course makes him eligible for an MBE. Mind you, the conductor got a knighthood. John Inverdale. With Phil and Jonathan is Britain's leading 400-metre hurdler and reigning Commonwealth champion who was once a contestant on Gladiators. His most successful event was the one where he had to use a giant cotton wool bud to fight off Ulrika Johnson. Chris Rawlinson. We start with a handbags question. David, Rory and John. It's the other rugby code for you. Take a look at this. Here's Widnes Vikings' Julian O'Neill back in his Wigan days, helping his team win the Rugby League Challenge Cup back in 2002. But the Aussie-born standoff has been in trouble throughout his career and has now incurred the wrath of a riverboat company in his native Queensland. So what has Super League's bad boy done to upset them, David's team?
How can you be a bad boy in rugby league? What do you have to do to be a bad boy in rugby league? Club somebody to death with a whippet.
They do it every
Can I just welcome John Inverdale?
Yeah.
One of a great top broadcaster. He has been described as the BBC's top anchorman, and Jonathan's been described something very similar, I believe.
I'm excited John's on the show. World's Strongest Man, that's a proper sports show, isn't it?
Absolutely right.
That's a sports show we all understand.
I think the most amazing thing about that programme is if you look at all the guys who take part in it, they're all 24.5 stone and 6'5".
Wow.
And they all have wives and girlfriends who are all 5 foot tall and 6 stone.
Right. Which I suppose that's because when they go on a plane they can take them as hand luggage.
Because you've got a degree in history, haven't you?
I have got a degree in history, Rory.
That's interesting, because you're history, David, aren't you? You play rugby?
Yes.
And you play tennis as well?
I attempt to, yes. But I'm waiting for the big challenge.
Oh yeah, Jonathan plays tennis.
Yeah, I'd piss all over you. Look at the state of you. You're out of shape, John. No two ways about it. I used to like the end of the World's Strongest Men when they used to always end, quite hilariously, in an ad hoc way by throwing me in the pool.
Yeah.
These days, that's one of the challenges.
We were briefly involved in a sports quiz before all that started.
What was the question?
Widnes Vikings.
Oh, yes.
O'Neill.
Oh, yeah.
Rugby League has 13 and Rugby Union has 15 viewers.
And Rugby League is the national sport of Papua New Guinea.
Is it really?
And there's not many sports that can claim that.
Well, no. Only one.
Only one.
Is it true, John? You were actually on the World Cup winning the bus with the...
I was on the bus, yes.
You just take David, he gets free after 9 o'clock.
I've been waiting now, it's quite good.
A couple of years' time, he'll be driving one.
I think the bloke steering the boat,
Right.
the captain,
Right.
said...
You'd have to remind the ladies and gentlemen, it's a complaint from a boat firm.
said, keep a lookout for whales, and one of the guys said, don't be stupid, they got knocked out weeks ago.
Hey! No.
Or... I went swimming with dolphins during the World Cup. I reckon he jumped off the boat and tried to straddle a dolphin.
Well,
Dolphins don't have necks.
you can still straddle them.
I thought he said strangle.
No.
He really would be the bad boy of rugby league, there, wouldn't he? In dolphins coming over there. You ever swum with a dolphin, really?
I did, yeah, it's fantastic.
Did you like it? Was it a life-changing experience?
No.
Yeah, I went with one. They said you're going to love it. I hated it. He had bad breath for start, fishy. He had dirty old teeth in it, and he didn't like me.
See, they are intelligent creatures.
I think Julian O'Neill made the entire team line up along the boat and pelt dolphins with beer cans.
No. You don't know, do you? In fact, and I know it sounds incredible, Julian O'Neill is alleged to have tried to set fire to a boy in a dolphin suit while drunk on the boat trip. The organisers of the trip have written to Widnes complaining about O'Neill's behaviour, although his club are standing by him and believe the claims to be exaggerated. Dolphins are, of course, the most intelligent creatures on Earth. They can communicate with each other, recognise symbols, and scientists predict that within 2 years they'll be able to beat the Beckhams at Kaplunk. Phil, Jonathan and Chris, it's an athletics handbags question for you. Here is Britain's finest ever hurdler, sorry Chris, Colin Jackson, storming to yet another gold medal at the most recent European Athletics Championships. since he retired, Jackson has been on the offensive and claims that he is undervalued in Britain. So why does the king of the high hurdles think that he's not as famous as he should be? Phil's team.
We've got to welcome Chris to the show,
Yes.
Poppy, ladies and gentlemen, the finest hurdler, still jumping over things. You do the 400 metres, don't you?
Yes.
Don't you hold the record in 300 metres?
Yeah, world record for 300 hurdles, yeah. Nobody runs it, though. That's part of the reason why.
Chris, you know, our Olympic hopes go with you. You know,
no pressure.
Yeah, good
but
luck.
you're confident. You're confident, are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident, yeah.
Because you
Oh,
suffered,
no.
but you suffered with injuries in the past, haven't you?
Yeah,
You can't take chances with your injuries. Phil never took chances, did you?
Never.
He always guaranteed he'd be ill before a big event.
Yeah.
You know, when he knew Bangladesh was coming up, he'd have roller skates to the top of the stairs, a bar of soap at the bottom, he'd be ordering his doner kebabs extra rare. He took no chances.
All the way down the path he had rakes, didn't he?
Bonk, 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 bonk. Now, what was this question?
Well, he's Welsh, isn't he? He's Welsh.
Yeah, that's
He's
right.
Welsh, and
Yeah.
he's a bit upset because he hasn't been recognised.
I'm going to give you 3 points, Phil. Well done. Yeah. According to Colin Jackson, indeed, the reason he's not as famous as he should be is because he's Welsh. If I'd been born with blue eyes and blonde hair in Berkshire, I'd be alongside David Beckham, he said. He's absolutely right. If he was an English hurdler, he'd be every bit as famous as Matey Boy here. Colin Jackson is undoubtedly the fastest thing in Wales, whereas the slowest thing in Wales is Ryan Giggs responding to an international call-up. And at the end of that round, David's team have no points, and Phil's team have 3. It's a fine joke. Hard night tonight. We catch up with the comings and goings of England's first family now in our David Beckham challenge. A point for each question answered correctly. David's team, you're first. David Beckham was recently given another award voted for by British youngsters. What was it?
Worst ponytail in football.
I very much doubt that.
The best example of the dangers of proposing when you're pissed.
Most henpecked man.
No, I don't think he'd get that. Sorry, Ben.
Was it the sexiest man in Spain, Europe, the world, the galaxy,
No,
the universe?
no, it's even more ludicrous than that.
The most popular man in history. or
The
something
most
like that.
popular man in history was voted. Jesus, incidentally, came 123rd. Absolutely true. The Beckhams had recently put their house in Cheshire up for sale at £1.75 million. Which part of the property is valued at £25,000?
Victoria's Canal. Well, it's definitely not the library.
Some of those first edition colouring books are very valuable. You know.
No, I know what this is. It's, 'cause I actually went to have a look at his house to buy it. But,
Did you?
Yeah, he wanted too much money.
Oh, a Yorkshireman joke. How much did he want? Over a tenner? You could buy Wakefield for that.
No, he's got a very... he's got a very nice treehouse in his garden.
Brooklyn's Treehouse is the correct answer, yeah.
It's a big treehouse.
Oh, well, it would be. It's got to get the trees in it. It's got to be big, isn't it?
It's not one house, it's 3 houses.
According to Victoria Beckham's dance stylist, how does David like to surprise his wife?
I know what he does. He creeps up behind her, puts his hands over his eyes and says, "Who are you?"
Yeah, I'll give you the points for that. That's virtually correct. He turns the lights out at bedtime and sneaks up on her. David and Victoria were recently treated to £40,000 worth of freebies by designers Dolce & Gabbana. How did the two Italians describe Britain's favourite couple?
Thick and thin.
They described them as two gentle pigeons, and of course that's very accurate because after all, Victoria lives on breadcrumbs and produces piles of crap. Right. Phil Seam, here are your Beckham questions.
All right.
Which plastic Beckham item goes on sale next month?
Do you think they have a clear out of old toys? Have they sold David Stickle bricks?
No, but how about a replica Gary Neville face mask that makes Victoria wear?
They're making an Airfix model of it.
They are indeed.
Yes,
I'll give you a
that's
point for
what
that. Well done. What does David Beckham's wife think should be made compulsory at 15?
Oh, no, sir.
Go on. Phil Tufnell, the first question he's got right by putting his hand up since he was 8 years of age, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if he can do it.
a Brazilian.
She has indeed said that Brazilians should be compulsory from the age of 15. It's quite staggering. According, well done. Yes,
Did she mean like a downstairs, or did she mean everyone should be given like a house servant?
No, she meant the topiary. According to Beckham's mother-in-law, what does
Sorry, what did you say?
The topiary.
Is that dried flowers?
No. No, that's potpourri!
Well, it sounds similar. You've got to give him that.
According to Beckham's mother-in-law, what does David's latest hairstyle make him look like?
Peter Stringfellow.
Nope.
Speaking of haircuts, look over there, look, that looks like a photograph in the worst barber shop in the world. It's like you're looking over there, it's like you're looking through a time warp to the 70s. You've got the worst haircuts, you've got your mullet, you've got your ponytail, and knows what that is.
At the beginning, I wanted to do the introduction. I did want to say we've got Jonathan, Phil and Chris, and on the other side, Smokie, ladies and gentlemen.
Living next door to Alice.
Listen at you two as though you've got, like, great hairstyles, yeah? Look at Nick, and then look at you.
Nick looks, he's distinguished these days. He looks like a sort of fatter Philip Schofield.
Come on then, David Beckham's mother-in-law said his hairstyle made him look like.
A handsome young man.
Nope.
A prince.
No, the answer is...
David Seaman.
No, Jesus. She says he looks like Jesus. She had a conversation with Victoria and she says, you know the only person who's had that haircut other than your David? Jesus. What has David Beckham recently banned Victoria from doing?
Shouting Alex Ferguson's name during lovemaking.
No, he stopped her from leaving sexy messages on his mobile because he thinks people will find them and put them on the internet. It's not actually the messages from Victoria that David's worried about. He just wants to leave room for all those declarations of love from Gary Neville. And at the end of that round, David's team have 3 points and Phil's team have 5.
Yeah.
We press on with the treble. David's team, your subject is ropey advertising, and your 3 are battle-scarred World Cup winning captain Martin Johnson, fleet-footed 400-metre heartthrob Roger Black, and the greatest Muhammad Ali. But which one is launching a range of Halloween masks? Who advertises sticking plasters? And which of the 3 puts his name to dog food? David's team.
Have you advertised stuff, haven't you, David?
A few bits, yeah.
Is there anything you've turned down?
Condoms.
David Seaman advertising condoms.
Oh, I remember this advert. It was just after the World Cup, wasn't it? It said, if David's dad had used a condom, we'd still be in the cup.
It can't be Roger Black doing the dog food because he never win a lot.
Oh!
It can't be Martin Johnson in the mask. There wouldn't be much difference, would there?
That's true, actually.
Oh. Martin Johnson could advertise the dog food. You know, you're looking at me, pal.
Have you got a dog, David, have you?
I've got 3 dogs.
Have you?
Yeah.
Do you train with them? They're retrievers.
Martin Johnson advertises plasters because he's thumped enough people that they need them. Roger Black advertises dog food. And Muhammad Ali advertises Halloween masks because...
Because he's correct for 3 points.
Halloween.
3 out of 3. Well done there. Yeah. In fact, Martin Johnson is now the new face of Elastoplast. Roger Black and his Labrador Jasper advertise Purina dog food and Win-A-Lot. And Muhammad Ali is launching a range of goods, including Halloween masks and women's underwear. Martin Johnson is also the face of the Leicester Tourist Board, and thanks to him, more and more people are staying in the city. They've put posters of him on the exit routes with the slogan, "Where do you think you're going?" Roger Black recently said that he feared London's bid to hold the Olympics had been jeopardised by the Iraq War, although, to be fair, it hasn't done much for Baghdad's bid either. Phil's team, your subject for the treble is Sportsmen in Love, and your trio of lovebirds are... Newcastle central defender and no stranger to the courtroom, Jonathan Woodgate. Monotonous golfing machine, Tiger Woods. And liver swap legend and no stranger to the courtroom, George Best. But which one wooed his partner with the help of a game reserve? Who used Federico from Big Brother? And which of the 3 thought the way to win a woman was with a circle of fish fillets?
What sort of fish were they?
Could it have been salmon?
No.
I love salmon.
I love
you?
salmon.
Salmon's probably my favourite, although, for a special night out, sea bass. John, you fish eater?
Well, a whitebait. I'm a big whitebait person.
Whitebait, that's not a proper fish, that's like a gay fish, just a little... Chris, are you romantic? Do you do anything much for your...
Not really a
have
romantic guy.
Is there a lady, a special lady in your life at the moment?
There isn't, no.
You're available?
Yeah. Are you stopping to take me out on dates?
No, I am not, sir.
Okay.
I thought you were married.
I thought I was married. No, I was married. My ex-father-in-law was Seaman's PE teacher.
Really?
You're kidding. Yeah.
That's incredible. So he was around, he was teaching in the 1860s,
Yeah.
and he's still... So you're saying fish could have been used as a tool of seduction by one of those...
Well, yeah, it may have been misguided.
Valentine's Day is not an easy time for me, because I want to please my wife. I try to do what's right. I want to get her the flowers she wants and the chocolates, but you try asking for red roses and for a wash day, it doesn't... I'm there for hours sometimes.
What happens if you have to make a reservation for the restaurant?
I've had it with you. You can push a man so far.
Is it Jonathan Woodgate and Frederico?
Oh, he goes out with that idiot who used to host Rice TV, didn't he?
Kate Lawler?
The blonde idiot. I remember it was George Best and the Fish, because when he had a row with Alex, he laid them out in a circle outside her house, didn't
Yeah,
he?
it wasn't Alex, but he did do that.
Hey, do you remember boiling the bag cod? That was good, wasn't it? And then you got this... I used to like it with mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Horrible.
What do you mean horrible?
Smash is horrible.
What's wrong with smash?
It's disgusting.
How is it disgusting? It's potatoes.
No, let me get... Rory, you have to add hot water.
Is it swelling up like a potato tampon in his mouth?
Tiger Woods
Right.
with the tree. Tiger Woods with the tree.
Tiger Woods with the tree in the library.
It's sporting Cluedo.
Tiger Woods with the tree, Best with the fish, and the two boys.
Yes, Captain.
Although the phraseology is poor, I'll give you 3 points. Yeah, well done. Yeah, in fact, Jonathan Woodgate wooed TV presenter Kate Lawler with the help of her fellow Big Brother contestant, Federico. Tiger Woods proposed to his girlfriend Ellen in the romantic surroundings of the Shamwari Game Reserve in South Africa, and legendary Lothario George Best tried to win back lover Gina De Vivo, not with flowers, but by leaving a symbolic circle of fish fillets around a rose bush in her garden. George Best was stopped for drink driving last week. The policeman who arrested him was rewarded with a place in the Guinness Book of Records for asking the world's most pointless question. Have you been drinking, George? Tiger Woods is proud of his mixed heritage, which includes a quarter tie and an eighth black, which coincidentally can also be found hidden behind the socks in Phil's special drawer. And at the end of that round, David's team have 6 points and Phil's team have 8.
Yes. Come on.
Time now for Feel the Sportsman. David and Rory, can you take your positions, please? If you put your blindfolds on when you get there, you'll get a suitable amount of time to try and work out who it is that stumbled between you. And can we have our first mystery guest, please? Rory? Move up, stage a bit. Bit further. Okay, and your time starts now.
What are you laughing at?
Right now I've come across a tiny wooden football team and I've knocked them over. I've just walked through them like they were Man City's defence.
Oh,
It's the beauty on steroids.
hey, we've got some bare flesh here, mate.
Wait, where are we? Oh,
Dan just
good God! David, what have they done to your head?
Nice there.
Are we talking balls?
Talking
we are.
balls.
It's somebody's. But what's that?
What was that you
called?
kicked over?
I've no idea. It was sort of skittle type things. Let me have a little feel again. Oh
All
yes,
right,
they're
you
skittles.
go down there, we'll be all right here.
You ever seen me juggle?
But I won't ask you.
It must be a lovely lady world bowling
At
champ.
what level?
World.
Of course. 3 times world champion 10-pin bowlers Zara Glover. Okay, Jonathan and Phil, up you go. Okay, blindfolds on. And can we have our second mystery guest, please? Your time starts now.
Oh my God.
What's that?
Oh, this is wrong. This is just wrong.
Phil says, what's that? It's a training shoe.
This is like some sort of medical accident, isn't it? How's she doing this?
Careful!
I tell you what, though.
Where is it?
Recently waxed.
It's is it world's worst limbo dancer or something? Is it a hurdler?
I tell you, this leg and me, we're going places, aren't we?
Is she lame?
Well, I don't know what it is. Would
Well,
you
you
mind
just
if...
thought it was half a body.
Can I have a swing? It'd be fun for all of us.
I've got one of these at home.
Just a little swing.
No!
Why not? Just a little... Phil, you stand underneath in case she falls.
It's a high jumper.
Well done, come on.
Give me 5 more minutes.
Come on.
The world champion lady high jumper
Of the world.
British high jump champion Susan Jones and indeed British record holder.
The legs were very, very smooth indeed.
Yes, as you mentioned several thousand times.
You shave yours, don't you, as well?
Doing a compete, yes.
Oh, well, you say when you compete, but I think we know really.
What possible benefit can waxing your legs give you when you'd want to go when you want to be a runner?
Good point.
For cycling, it makes considerable difference because of the wind
Yeah,
resistance.
but you're a hurdler.
You've got me there.
In that case, if you shaved your head, how much faster would you run?
I did used to have it shaved, yeah. Used to have it cut
What
down.
about shaving your...
I did that as well. The only problem was with that, I took half my skin off my arm.
You know what you could do for real speed? Have your arms removed.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Because then you'd be like and have your head pointed. You'd be like a bloody bullet going
But
out
the
there.
only trouble with that is he does a 400-metre hurdle. If he goes down, he's not going to be able to get it up again. I mean, he's got nothing to push up with.
And a couple of springs implanted there.
How's that? But people say we don't take the serious questions of sport seriously enough on this programme. So at the end of that round, David's team have 9 points and Phil's team have 11. We finish as ever with a name game. The team in the lead goes first, which is Phil's team.
Close,
if you pass those along to Jonathan, please. Chris, thank you very much.
Pay attention.
The time, Jonathan and the rest of the team, starts now.
All right, remember the band with Morton Harkett who did Take On Me? OK, if you put an S in front of the name.
Saha. Louis Saha.
There you go, well done. All right, hello, I came here in a basket. I'm just going to part a bit of a sea here. All right, fellas, come on into the desert. There you go. And it's what common people call this.
Moses. Barney.
Ed Moses, there you go.
Oh, Ed Moses.
First name is, this fella's first name is the same as the second name of that in the jungle one. His first name is the second name of that fool in the jungle. Andre, thank you.
Good shout, boy.
Don't swear. OK, all right, if you were out with the bloke Merton from Have I Got News For You,
Yeah.
and he got sick, he was going to throw up, you'd say, no, don't.
Sick up, throw up, chunder.
Don't chunder.
Merton.
No, first name.
Chunderpool.
Don't chunder Paul.
Oh, sorry, Shipman, I'm
There you
Chunderpool.
go. That is teamwork. goalkeeper, imagine the nicest buttocks in pop music. Not Peter
Kylie,
Andre. Kylie, okay. And the first name, James someone, he died too young, too young. He was taken from us tragically. James the third. He was a movie star, he died in the 50s. James Dean Keeley. All right, this is a singer. Second name, we've always been told not to do this in the street. Expectorate. Spit. And if you do it a lot, you would be... He's doing it more than once.
He's doing it a hell of a lot.
Yeah, no. His name's not a hell of a lot of spit. It's,
Spit?
Something... Spit.
Mark Spitz.
Mark Spitz. Well, you're on fire tonight. Okay.
Bingo! Yes, well done,
Okay, so you moved on to 17, so 9 will win it for you.
Right.
Pass those along to Rory, please.
Has anybody ever got 9 to win it?
Yeah. Not on this programme. No. Okay, time starts now.
Stand up at the weekend. Moody ex-Arsenal player, plays for Man City, got sent off.
Nicholas Anelka.
Yeah. Alex Ferguson's son. Think of the Argonauts.
Jason.
Yeah, very good. Fat Belgian girl plays tennis, lost recently. Leicester keeper punched a fan at the weekend. Good for him. Fantastic. Yeah. This is, you know, when you're smoking a spliff, John, and you burn those sticks. What are they called? Josh. And second name Lucy. Oh, sorry. In the sky.
Lucy.
Thank you. Yeah. This is a US golfer. First name something the kid. Billy. Yeah. And it's a magazine that Jonathan lent to me. Thank you. Very good. This is a Colombian woman. Think of that war in South Africa. Michael Caine was in the film.
Zulu.
And think of a posh person's...
Zulaga.
Yeah.
She lost in the semi-final.
First name?
Fabiola.
Oh,
sorry, I thought you were asking me. Swansea goal scorer, if you sort of amble along in a sort of, you know, Dixon's got the same ex-Arsenal
Kerry.
Lee scored for Swansea in the FA Cup, a good player. If you walk in a sort of ambling
tiger,
heavy, sort of
leopard,
just
cheetah,
ambling slowly along in a sort of
stroller,
casual, in a sort of
Trains do it.
Trains go along in a trundly sort of manner.
Puff.
Trundly.
You're not having that.
Lee, yeah. He's a Yeovil striker. Oh no.
Okay, so David's team has 16, but this week's winners is Phil's team at 17. So thanks to David, Rory and John, Phil, Jonathan and Chris. My name's Nick Hancock. They think it's all over. It is now.
Don't miss Jim Davidson's commercial breakdown at 10:35. That's after the 10 o'clock news next on BBC One, reporting on the Morecambe Bay tragedy. And then Newsnight follows on BBC Two at 10:30.